Action has been since the first. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I will just start by giving a brief summary of my career journey, as I said. Uh, okay. I will start by saying that apart from anything else, aside anything else, with whatever I have gone through, with whatever I've achieved, I've not gone far. That is to say, I've not gone far, but then with the little I've seen, with the little I've achieved, and it is just by God's grace. So I just give God the glory for everything. It wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't by God's grace. Because looking at my journey from high school or let's say JHS, um, I was always part of the top, if not the first. I was just second. West was third. And then high school, I was always first in class. And for 2 consecutive years, I had an award. So it's just by God's grace that I've been here. So high school, I attended Infantry. That's Butcher, as we all know. Over there, um, the plan was to I've always had in mind the end from the beginning. So when I was in high school, before I got there, I knew that I wanted to be an electrical engineer. So because of that, I selected applied electricity instead of adding biology to my science course. So I did apply electricity so that when I go to the university, it will be easier for me to get electrical engineering. So I had prepared myself. So anything I was doing, I had that one in mind, had that plan in mind. So even when I'm learning, I didn't learn just because of exams. I learned so that it will be part of me. So that when I go out there, I will know what I'm doing. So because of that, I did the applied electricity with the science. Then from there, um, I got I chose applied electrical engineering for tech and then UMaths. But both of them gave me computer engineering, which was my second choice. So I had to do it just like that. Even though I was also interested in IT, I was very interested in IT, but for some reasons I just wanted to do electrical engineering, but I didn't get it. Now, when I entered computer engineering, I realized I had entered something bigger than I thought. So for now, I'll tell you that computer engineering is a very huge uh, career path. I won't say course, but career path to begin with is very broad, extremely broad. You can always have something to do. You can always have something to do with computer engineering. So from there, I was in tech for 4 years as usual. And what you realize is someone can do the BSc, that's the degree, and then come out and cannot, let's say computer engineer, I'm using computer engineering. I'll be a bit biased. So please spare me. Let's say computer engineer, someone will do computer engineering for 4 years and then will come out and will not be able to do, like, should I say a website? Yes, which is highly possible. It happens all the time. So um, I have forgotten how it came about, but then I had to learn on my own. This is a serious advice I'll give to some of us that make sure you learn, not the learn for exams, but the skills that is in the course, whatever course you are doing, the skills that you need for work after school. Start learning them whilst you are in school. Whatever is being taught, there is some skill set that is hidden in it that you have to know for yourself for the future. So what I did was I was just moving about to get to learn some of these skills because I knew I was going to use them after school. I would need them after school, so I had to sit down and then learn them. One of the tricks I used was I was giving myself projects, so I was just always there, and then I'll be like, today I want to write a program that does this. Those of us who are in the IT field, the basic one we always do is calculator, which was very difficult when you are starting the C sharp and all that. So I was always giving myself small projects to accomplish. And some of these things really helped me. And at the end of the day, when I got out of school, I was able to create websites and then some other software stuff. So learning some of these things on my own really helped. So what I would say is you should always have the end in mind. Why are you in school? You are not in school to write exams. You are in school to prepare yourself for the real world. And the real world, we don't joke over there. We don't joke in the real world. So it's not about after school, your exams doesn't count. But what you have learned, the skills you have learned, that is what counts. And then the knowledge that you have to be able to explain things. So that is what counts. So before I completed, I think we were doing our final year project when I got this email. I think when you're about to complete, some of these offers come for internship, national service, and all that. I I don't really remember if it was a final year, but I remember was towards vacation or we were leaving school when I got the I we got a link to apply for internship with Ransford. At that time, the name was Laplace Technologies. If I'm correct, Mr. Ransford, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think at that time was Laplace Technologies or something. So we got the link, and then some of us in the computer engineering class, we applied for internship. And then, please, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. So when we got the link, we applied. We applied, and then we had a follow up. We received a follow up email that we've been selected. We were put in groups to work together. Now, I will confess that doing that internship was one of the biggest steps that really helped me. Because thinking about it, I don't know where else I could have, or how else I could have got the experience after learning for all the exams and the theory. I don't know where I could have applied the little I've learned and then even learn more. So this internship opportunity was I can say that it was the one that got me out there that like I experienced what we actually do on the field, some of the things. Even though I had other experiences after that internship. So that is just a part of it because we're basically doing the software side or the yes, software which includes website development side. So that's one part of it. From there, I also gained some experience. I did a bit of internship at another IT company. Basically, I was able to learn some database from that side as well, and the website development. Over there, I even applied what I had learned from the internship I had had with Branchford. So I was just building website, but I had to learn the database and other things. Even though I had learned some database from the group I was in with Ransford's internship. So these small experiences really opened my eye to actually what is happening on the field. Whatever we were doing was actually what was happening on the field, what everyone was doing. And Ransford opened our eyes to a lot of things that we had not even heard of or seen, even though we were computer engineering students. So some of these things, we got to know a lot of tools that were available. After going through all that, it became very interesting to us, and then we had to explore on our own. So I would say the internship was an eye opener, and then we also learned from the uh, teams that we had joined to develop stuff together. So from school, I had my national service with an ISP, AFCON, like currently ECHO. That's where, so all along I had been doing the software side of the field. So even though we were taught networking and all that as well, but when I entered the national service with the ISP company, please a minute. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, so sorry about that. So when I entered the national service with the ISP, I also learned the networking from that. So over there, the networking became more interesting to me. I was very interested in the networking, it was very nice. And that's where my networking background started. Now, over there, because I was the only national service personnel and I was the youngest, I was given a lot of tasks. Everyone would just give you do this at the technical department. A whole day I'll be in the server room, a huge server room with a very cold condition. I'll be there configuring servers, something that I didn't know. I had to force myself and then learn. I never said no. If you give me something, I know since there's research, I'll do the research and then apply it. And then things worked for me. So I learned the networking over there. Over there as well, I was developing an application for them. I developed an application for them to manage their customers. They had a lot in it. So that's where I got a strong foundation in networking, which has really, really, really helped me. Okay. So from national service, I went back to the IT, the software company. Over there, we were doing CCTV installation, networking, software development, and then over there, my database background was also strengthened. I went back to the database, and then so at that point, I had all these skills. I had learned them in the field, and out of me doing a lot of tasks, this thing became part of me. I never complained. Of course, I faced difficulties, but I never complained. I took it that, oh, I'm now learning, so let me just accept it. So I got a lot of tasks, do this, and then I'll do it. On doing them, it helped me learn so much. I learned so much, and then now they are part of me. From there, I did about 3 years at another company in the managerial role. So, as part of that, on the side, I was still developing websites for people, building software from the experiences. And now, one of the things that helped me was from wherever I've been to, I kept, I maintained the relationships I've built. So from the past experiences, the places I've been to, all the relationships I had up to now. That's why I even have Ransford all the time that anytime I can still talk to. It's been about 8 years or so, but so relationships as well. I'm just giving a summary of my career path. Then I can come to the the theory side, and we see the things that we can pick from this journey so far. So I kept the relationship. So anytime I got any contract anywhere to set up network for a company or anything, I have someone to call for assistance if I needed it. When it comes to software, when it comes to database, I can always call my former bosses and all that. They will answer. You get it? So your character, maintaining relationships. always count, humility and all that. Now, from the national service, I said I had a managerial role somewhere in another company, which I wouldn't like to talk about right now. And then whilst I was doing that, I did it for 3 years. In doing that, I've always had the entrepreneurial mindset, always having my own company. So what I was doing, I was still doing the website for people. I had my side gigs, websites, CCTV installation, networking, and all that. So I was able to do all this because of the experiences I've had from the little bit experience I've had from different places. Now, I set up my own company aside the website development, software, and the networking, which was a delivery company, right? I ran it for like close to 4 years, and then I stopped, it went down. But there is a reason for everything, right? So out of that, I've gained some experience, and then I know about some of these things. So if anyone is talking to me about some of these things, I know more about it. Now, if I want to go back to entrepreneurship or set up my own business, I've gained some experience which will guide me. Now, from that company, I moved to Fortress AI, where I am currently. When I entered over here to something interesting happened. So when I entered Fortress, they were having a robotics project, right? So that's the reason why I was brought here to handle the software side of the robot. And we had the robotics guys and then all that. Now, someone who was brought to do software for robots, I found myself doing other things because the company didn't have a lot of people. They also do offshore stuff. They provide offshore services, oil and gas. They're actually an oil and gas company that provides services to other oil and gas companies offshore. So we were not even involved with the offshore stuff. We were just software guys, networking. When I entered the company, I was handed over the networking for the company, CCTV, everything. So I was in charge of that whilst I was doing my software, all that. Then we were trained to take care of some offshore stuff. But before I even entered the offshore, I didn't get it straightforward. I was always being sent to go and help with setup on the vessel. So that is called mobilization. So we're doing the mobilization, the mob. I wouldn't go offshore. I would just the vessel, anytime the vessel comes to the port, then I'll be sent to go and then do the mob or mobilization. Either you take off the setup or you do a new setup. So I was doing that for some time. I was just set up for the guy, then they will go and enjoy offshore. They'll go and have the experience offshore. But I didn't complain. I kept doing that. Within a year or less, I had become very conversant with the architecture, the setup, and everything on the vessel. So at a point, I was, they realized I've had experience because I was doing the mobilization, the setup really quick on the vessel. Now, on every vessel, right? These are survey vessels. Uh, on every vessel, you only join the vessel because you have a role. So there is no excess extra person. Just you want to just go and then have a look at what is happening on this. You want to have an experience of ship. Anyone who steps foot on the ship has a role. So let's say you are there to do networking. None of the people on the vessel knows about networking. You are the only one, and you go very far away. You are in the middle of the sea somewhere, and then they expect you, if there's any issue when it comes to networking, they expect you to be the only one to solve it. No one can do it. There are white people, other people from other countries, and you are the only one. So I was doing the mobilization and then the mob for some time, and I gained so much experience. So the company acquired a certificate for me to be going offshore. So that's where my offshore started. I was going with them. I'll do the mob, then I'll go with them. Then I was trained into the survey. So I was playing two roles, even though I was trained as a uh, surveyor, online surveyor. That's for offshore. I was doubling as a survey engineer. So I'll go and do the online survey. Then anytime there is an issue or if they want me to do some setup on the vessel, I will be the one to do it at the same time. There are other projects that required me to go there just as a survey engineer because they were huge projects. We could run networking from the vessel, the top of the vessel to the bottom. You have to learn a lot about the vessel, where everything is. So when you get there, you liaise with the people in charge of the vessel. Then they will teach you where everything is, so that when you are doing your connection. So a lot went on. Aside doing the networking, you have to configure softwares, configure equipment that will be used. You have to configure things to be placed on robots to go under the sea and all that. And it's a very nice experience for offshore. It's a very nice experience. You get a chance to experience flying with chopper to the vessel, feeding everything. So it's a nice experience. Aside the money you get and all that. Okay. So aside going offshore, at the when I come back to land at the office, I'm still taking care of the networking for all the branches. And then the CCTV, I still build softwares when I come to land. So there are a lot of projects ongoing, software projects, robotics projects, and all that. And I find myself to be part of them. So that is where I am. So this is a summary of my my career journey. Now, there are a lot that I've learned from this, and I would like to share with you guys today. So let's see from this slide, from the first thing, everything that is listed on the slides, I have something to say about it. So it says greatness doesn't start with experience, it starts with curiosity. Now, when I was on campus, I wanted to know, I had the curiosity to know how to do things, not to know them, but how to do them. Right. I'm not saying I'm great right now. I'm actually learning hard, working very hard to go somewhere. I have some targets that I want to get to. Because where I am, I even see myself that I'm not really using my potential to the maximum. There are things I want to do. I want to do more. Now, it starts with curiosity. You don't go to school and then let the school system control you. When I say school system, let's say come to class, write exams, the result comes out, and that's all. You don't follow it that way. You are there, you are in school to acquire knowledge and skills. Mostly we forget about the skills. That's why the school becomes something like where they only teach theory. But if you tell yourself that in school you can gain skills as part of the theory, as part of the knowledge, you always get it. There are labs, there are technicians on campus that you can go to speak to them about some things that you don't understand. Ask your lecturers, the ones you are free with, ask them about how things are out there on the field. And they will be able to explain it to you. They can even link you to people who are in the field and they will explain to you how things work. Please, I hope you get me.
Just a
So
quick
when
one.
you know,
Just a quick one, Jonathan.
okay,
Can you share the slide?
okay.
Right.
So I'll share it on WhatsApp. Can you see the slides?
We don't see it on the screen. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay,
Request to
okay.
share. I will give you access.
Okay. I think you can see now.
Yes, it's loading. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, as I was saying that greatness does not start with experience, it starts with curiosity. So, I will explain that. So, one thing you can do is like before you enter school, you should have a plan. You should know why you are in school. And I was saying that the reason why, to me, the reason why I was in school to get the knowledge and the skills, because I didn't really care about school. I cared about what I was going to do after school. And that's basically the essence of school. You get it? So I always had in mind after school, after school, after school. So everything, I was trying to do everything to equip my skills or my everything I would need for school for the field. So I was always curious about what was actually happening on the field. And then every professional journey begins with a small step, a desire to learn, to grow, and to make an impact. I really enjoy it when I solve a problem. That is one thing about me. My goal is to solve problems, to be more practical, like when it comes to embedded systems and all that. Just yesterday at home, I was working on something. I bought a couple of electronics, and I'm trying to develop something at home just to solve a problem. I really enjoy solving problems through softwares, websites. Now, website is one of the basic things, but then I become very happy when I develop a very nice website for a company, a church, or any other thing. So I just want to solve problems, like going offshore, and then there's an issue, they call you, you want to do this kind of connection so that you have a video feed at this part of the vessel, then you quickly go there, you just do it. I become very happy. Even if they don't say thank you. You could do something. It's offshore that you realize that you are actually very good, even better than the white people. The white people, someone can call you, a white person can call you to his office, he says he wants to, like you have installed an equipment, they want to see something. You are the only one you'll be able to, who can do it, and you'll be able to do it, and the person will thank you forever. You get it? You should have some, I have some joy in solving problems. That is why I always want to learn how to do something. Then at the end of the day, I'll be able to solve an issue. So before you be able to do that, you should be able to desire to learn and grow. In our field, you should always go, else you'll be left behind. In our field is more competitive in IT field. It's very competitive. So you should always desire to learn and then grow. When I was entering Fortress AI, after the interview, the CEO also came from the US, and then he called me for interview. And a second interview, I was like, wow. So I went, one of the things he said, and which is actually true. At that moment, I believed it, and it has really manifested. Is he told me I can give myself like 5 years. Like there will be so much growth. He was comparing where I was to where I'm coming to. And he said, I should give myself 5 years. I'll become very international. You get it? He was talking about growth. And for that one, it's very true. You will actually grow. So if you are in a company, I learned something somewhere. If you're in a company and one, you are not growing or you are not actually making money, then there's a question mark somewhere. You get it? So it's either you grow or you make money. You always have to desire to grow, because that will take you to the next step. I have colleagues who have left, colleagues that I used to go offshore with. Now they are out there. They are just traveling from country to country, Netherlands and all that, because they've grown over here. When the other ones, when they go to these big companies, you hear that they just go and they are at the top. And we are like, but this guy when he was here, you understand. So always look for the growth side. Look for somewhere you can go. So you keep learning, then improve on whatever you know. So if you don't have anything doing, it will be very difficult to grow. You have to do something, face difficult, tackle like difficult stuff. The things that are beyond you, just start doing them. By doing them, you'll be able to learn more and then grow. So, for instance, when I entered and I was doing the software for the robots, I was doing Cassandra, Kafka, Spark, MQTT, and all that. They were so new to everyone. But at the end of the day, I was moving up and down, chasing people who knew outside the company. I had friends. I could go to a friend's place, bring a board, you explain it to me. I came to the office, I implemented it. Our CEO was happy, like things were running. Now, after doing that, you look back and you realize that the things you were doing before, those things are lower than these new things you are doing. So you realize you have had some growth from there. So you should tackle the first things, then from there, after achieving something, look for better ways of doing it, or because of the kind of solution they are requiring from you, they are asking from you, it will help you learn new things and then grow. You don't have to always stick to whatever you know. Well, after you have achieved something, look at how you can make this thing more profitable to those around you or why you are creating it. Okay. And then success is not about where you start, but about how much you are willing to go. So the desire should be there. You should have a target so high that you yourself will be scared. You, your target should even it should even make you doubt, but you shouldn't doubt. So that is what this one means. By setting such a target, it will push you to learn very high. I've always availed myself like someone who doesn't say no. Um, you just give me, even if I don't know, I'm like, okay, quickly, I'll start learning. I don't care about burning the midnight candles to get it done. So it doesn't matter where you start from, but you should be able to achieve something, and then that will make you grow. So that was this. So now let's talk about schooling. Let's start from schooling. As I said earlier on, everything listed in the slide have experienced it. So it says school is the foundation, not the finish line. So as I said, don't see school to be uh, something you have to just do it, but you are doing it because you want to do something elsewhere. You are in school because you have a plan, you have something you want to do after school. Then having that mindset, it will help you look out for the things you have to do to get to wherever you want to go after school. So if you are planning to be an electrical engineer, then you don't go and choose general arts in school. Even if you are doing general arts, you still be learning some of the things the electrical guys are learning. So that when you go out there, you can put yourself somewhere close to the electrical guys. Okay. What matters most isn't about grades, but the skills and mindset you build. Exactly. So you can have all the grades. Imagine so as I said, I was always first in class when I was in SHS. So imagine I didn't have the mindset to work on what I want to do in future. And I was always concentrated on the grades. People think I was first because I was always learning, but I was learning not for exams. I was actually learning to know them after school and use them. So you learn to use them. So I had my own mindset, which helped me to build some skills. I had a mindset to prepare myself for the future. So when it comes to apply electricity, I was always, even that one, I was always first. I was following a colleague who was always doing projects. That's Princess. So I don't know if people have heard of him. He's always traveling out there. So I was doing the applied electricity with him, and he was doing excellent. Project up in and out. Now he's traveling the whole of Europe. He's just traveling, giving speeches and all that. So he did them that to give him the skills, right? We all have to have a mindset, not just about the grades or the courses you are doing. Do it and then have in mind that you want to know it, not for the exam. Even after the exams, you want to be able to use it. And that will help you in how you learn. Then you have curiosity, discipline, and persistence will take you further than talent alone. That is very true. In your class, you might have people who already have the talent, who already, when I was in school, in class, you had people who were already doing the hacking and all that, right? Some of us, we didn't know about it. We'd be in class, and maybe someone would just hack the school Wi-Fi or something, and we were wow. But you tell yourself that, how is he doing it? Normally, I go after class, I just go and read about it. I'm like, how did this guy do it? I'll go and read about it. You have to be curious to find out. Then you have to discipline yourself on also actually doing it. You don't just have the curiosity. You yourself, you are curious about knowing them. Sorry. And then you don't research about it. You don't go and read about it. You don't watch YouTube videos about it. Then the discipline is not there. You will never get there. Sometimes you have to sacrifice some things. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your sleep. It's not aggressive, but once in a while you have to sacrifice your sleep and even eating. If you enjoy doing the thing, you won't even eat. The whole day you'll be behind the PC. So curiosity, discipline, persistence. Yes, you have to keep doing it. Because mostly some of the things, once you stop doing them, you easily forget. If you don't continue to do them, you easily forget. And then you have to keep pushing that with this mindset or with this plan I have to keep pushing. I had these experiences, and if I had not been persistent, I wouldn't have gained some of the experience, the skills I experienced, I gained because I was pushing. If I work on something that's not working, I don't give up. I try to set up some server somewhere and it's not working. I make sure I get a solution to it. So it made me more solution oriented. I don't care about how it is done, but I have to make sure it works. So it helped me to find my own way of getting things to work and all that. It makes things faster. It makes you get ideas and then how to make things work faster. Then also, so the lesson here is you don't study just to pass. Yes, learn to solve real problems. So that is the summary for this side. So that's for schooling. Everything you're learning, you need to have in mind that you want to solve problems. It will help you in how you learn them. So in my first experience, so whether it's an internship, a small project, or a volunteer role, take it seriously. That's very true. Whatever you are doing, you can. When I was on campus, I just in my room, I give myself project. Meanwhile, there's no assignment. No, not an assignment to myself. I give myself some project to do. Oh, today I want to do a software or application that does this. I will struggle and struggle for this. At the end of the day, it will work, and then I'll just be happy. You get it. You give yourself projects, small, small projects, and you are lucky when you get some internship somewhere like what we are entering into. One will not sit down and look at you that, oh, you are from university, so you know everything. You're okay. You'll be given projects, you'll be given a lot of things, and that will really, really help you take everything serious. And then you just thank him. Because some of us, we don't know where we would have gotten some of the experiences. You get it? So it's good when you have some projects to do to help you learn. And then when you are on any project and you are doing it, anything you don't know about, don't be too proud. Just ask your friends. I used to worry Mike, if Francois will remember him, I used to worry him. I can move the car from our 7 and meet him at Gimpa because we were working on the same project. Some of the things I didn't know, I will meet him there. We will go through it. And he really helped me to understand some of the things. And then, so the lesson here is treat your first opportunity as your launch pad. Yes, that's our advice everyone who is joining this internship to treat it that way. Make sure you learn everything you want, like you're supposed to learn from them. So that when you go out there and someone is asking about, or someone is talking about anything, you have something to say. Where I am, the company I am in, it's about you showing them what you know. Let them see that this guy actually knows the thing. When they see that you know the thing, they will always be worrying you. They don't even mind giving you a managerial role. Some of my colleagues have been giving management roles because they know something and then the company is scared that they might leave. You get it. When you know about something, it really helps, and you're also confident wherever you go. So this opportunity you have got, or you are entering as internship, see it as something that will push you to wherever you want to be, so that you'll be able to learn what you need to learn. So the national service, this is the stage where responsibility meets reality. When you are in school, you are just writing your exams, then you run away, you don't have anything else, no responsibility, so you are free. But after school, that's when you see that you have so much responsibility. As I'm talking to you right now, I have some responsibilities on me that I have to make sure they have to work. So right after this, I don't think I'm even going for lunch. I'll still have to work and get some things doing. But because you have had, you have been giving yourself small projects, or you have been involved in some other small projects or some internship, this kind of uh, responsibilities, you have taken them before. So you are not scared. You're able to take them very well. And then from what you've learned, the skills, apart from the skills on the technical skills, there are some other skills you learn around how to work with people, how to manage your staff, manage time and all that, project management, small ones. So the national service and then the internship, they helped me getting some of these skills. So I would be here whilst I'm talking to you, and my boss can enter and then just bring a new job or a new project that I have to take responsibility for. But because I've had these experiences, I can take them and then know how fast I can move things around to make things work. And then you face challenges that test your patience and professionalism. Yes. So with this one, I've really acquired something from it. Don't I would say that don't take things too personal. Don't take things too personal. People say things, people do things, right? But with patience, at the end of the day, you realize that you are the winner. I had in my national service place when I got the top guy who knew networking, like he knew routing and those things. A young guy, but knew what he was doing. He was one of the top guys. Someone that the company would never want to lose. But I entered, he thought maybe I was going to give him competition. He didn't know me, I didn't really know anything. So you can guess how he was treating me. It was very terrible. But I didn't retaliate. I just calm down, just say things. I'll do something. He will tell me, like some comment that you yourself will be shocked. But I just kept my cool. I was just accepting everything. You are now starting. You won't accept everything. What we do? At the end of the day, accepting all these things, accepting people around me, no matter their attitude, help me. As at now, I can call the guy anytime I have an issue. He's now with Huawei. He's now with Huawei. After I left the company for the after national service, I was able to call him and he really helped me. When I'm offshore and something critical, I can call him anytime. He will pick, you text him, then he will help you solve your problem. You understand? So don't take things personal. Patience, you should be patient, and then things will work out. At the end of the day, your career path is even planned. Sorry, but I'm a bit Christian bias, so at the end of the day, your journey is planned by God, right? Whatever He has said will always come to us. So don't go and fight your own fight. You understand? Sometimes if you are supposed to put someone in there, discuss something you are not happy about, it's fine. But don't go and then fight with people or just retaliate when they do something to just leave things to time. Once you know that you are actually learning, you should have confidence in yourself and then move on. Else you might lose some blessings. You might lose some people. People are sometimes blessings, but they some of these blessings they come in disguise. So you should be patient and then be a bit more professional. Let them know that this guy is now coming from school, but he's professional. Okay. We also learn to adapt, to communicate, and to make things work, even with limited resources. I've explained this already. So you adapt to changes, you know how to communicate well. And mostly it depends on some of your success will always mostly depend on how you're able to communicate. I lack that, and it's something I'm still learning how to communicate properly because I always have a lot in mind. So I'm able to put my thoughts together very well. You can even see from this presentation. So I'm trying to be calm and then have things work. So the lesson here is your character is built in moments when no one is watching. Yes. The, so you build within yourself, right? You should have your policies. You should have your targets. Based on your targets, there are some things you won't do. You understand? People are going out there to chill, not all the time that you follow them, but of course you want to achieve something. You always stay indoor to learn something before you go out. For me, if I don't know something, my confidence level is very low. So I always make sure I know. I always make sure I know before I go to wherever I'm supposed to go. So build your character also. Then the side hustles. The side hustle, they give so much experience. They provide so much experience that, so let's see, it says passion projects and side gigs. Passion projects and side gigs are your creative lab, of course. That's where you can do your testing and all that. That's where you can feel and then no one can go do responsible. But for the gig side, it will give you some customer relationship experience and all that. So you have to make sure you are into some of these things. Then they also teach you initiative, independence, and then value of ownership. Exactly. As I'm talking to you, I have a software that some shops and some other companies are using. So you always have the sense that you have something you can always fall onto, you can always take it up and all that. But imagine you're always doing someone's work and then you don't have anything of your own, right? If you are working for someone can just use 7% water, common water to even just lay you off or something. So as we are lucky to be in the technical world, I don't know if everyone here is in IT and all that, but if you are lucky and you're in the technical world, electrical, IT, anything, you are so lucky because at any point in time, the way the systems are going and all that, at any point in time, you can create something for yourself. Okay. So you should always have a backup that, oh, I'm learning this so that I can create something for myself. When you go to the internship, you create things, you create something for yourself and all that. Start your own gigs. Find a way to get your own customers as well. But make sure it doesn't interfere with wherever you're working at the work over there, which is not too good. There are some policies when you go to companies, they don't allow some of these things. So you should be very careful when it comes to side gigs and then, yeah. Don't be afraid to try new things. That's where innovation begins. Exactly. No matter how scary it could be, you just have to try it. Just start doing it. I remember when I was told to do Cassandra, Kafka, and Spark and all that. I was like, we were all like, people even doubted I could do it. At the end of the day, it went up and down. I actually did it. So don't be scared. it's more interesting. Some of us are interested in doing some difficult things. When I'm idle, I don't really like it. I don't like to be idle. I don't like to be idle. So I also want to have things going, and I don't sit at one place and then maybe just software. The software have to finish fast, make sure it is working. People are using it and it's solving issues, it's solving problems for people. You understand? It's being put to use. Then I can move on to the hardware, putting things together, connecting stuff. So uh, you have to try new things when they bring them. Some of the things when we were doing this internship, when Ramsford bought them, you had not seen them before, but some of them you had heard of them. There are some you had not used them before. So we were, even though some of them were scary, we didn't want, sometimes we don't want the one bringing it to see that you don't know about it. So it makes it a bit scary because what is this? But you don't know, we don't want them to know. So you have to quickly read about it, have an idea, go in with the person, start trying it, right? So it builds your tool set. So know about it so that you gather some tools. The most important thing is gathering tools for yourself. You know how to use this, you know how to use this, put them together. So always learn new things. They become tools for you in the future. There are some things I'm using now that I didn't know they would come back to me. So when there are new things, you just go on and use them. So the best way to predict your future is to create it. Yes, keep creating stuff. And then you don't know which one will work out. So this is the entrepreneurship side, which is also very important. I've spoken much about, so I would like to skip this one. Continuous learning. In our field, there is always learning ongoing. There is always a new thing. So you have to keep up with it. You have to know about them. Then purpose and then impact. Success is more meaningful when it lifts up for this. So you are not successful until whatever you've created is making impact somewhere. Our CEO will say that this is not a high school project or university project that people will come, then they will clap for you, then that's all. So always make sure whatever you are building, even especially okay, when it's at this stage, you are just building it to be able to learn and then gather your tools. But when you get to a point, whatever you are building, make sure it is making impact. It's going to be useful. You get it. You don't just get up and do any project. Okay. It says teach, share, and inspire. The more you teach, the more you know. Teach, share, and then inspire. That's how you multiply your value. Yes. As I said, for instance, our company, like when they know that you know, we do a lot of discussions. So when they see the way you are talking about a particular topic, then from there they will think that you know, they don't even know that you just went to learn it. Now you become the uh, uh, how do I say it? The pillar for that particular topic. So you have to share whatever you know, you have to share. You see, it's been like 8 years, but I still mention Mike's name because he was ready to share. Don't always think that you want to be the only one who wants to know or something. Share with someone, help someone move forward. Share whatever you have or whatever you know with someone. I remember some years ago, I had a guy after school. I had a guy who was still in school in Ghana Telecom. So he was always coming to me to teach him some building of softwares and all that. I took him through database and all that. He started small. When he started, he could do something. It was even funny. But now, as I'm talking to you, he's he's with one of the government companies, and he's been traveling. Like, he was currently he's in China to learn. He was traveling. The government was taking him out of the country just like that. He always meets me at church, and he's like, Charlie, just the little that I started teaching him, he built upon it, and then now, so you something like that, you always mention your name somewhere. But within yourself, you are so happy you have been able to put someone somewhere, and that is an achievement. You get it. So always make sure you're able to share if someone comes to you for help. You can always show your work to people that, oh, what do you think about this? And they'll give you their comment. They'll ask you, how were you able to, yeah, I did this, I did this. It doesn't take anything from, make sure you share, and then you all move forward. Now, wherever he is, he can decide to also help you, because you all don't know where each person will be in the next future. So try and share. The goal isn't just to make a living, but to make a difference. Yes, yes, make a difference. We all can be having the same salary, right? But your value also counts. If a big company is coming in right now to take over the company, between the two of you, you'll take the one who has more value. You get it? So always aside, even as an intern or for the start, don't look at the money. We're always told this. Don't look at the money all the time. Look at what you can achieve. Look at getting from it, not the financial side, but look at getting the knowledge and then the skills. You get it. So for now, I would say as interns, you have to put money aside for the meantime. You have to put money aside and then make sure you grab all the knowledge and skills that you'll be able to get. Because this is not where you want to be forever. You want to build upon yourself and then move higher. So let's put aside the money stuff in order for some time. For now, I think that's the advice I'll give. We were told this, and it really makes sense. It's very true. If you follow up after the money right now, you won't be able to learn much. You'll be disappointed on the way. Okay, so the lesson is to true measure of success is the number of lives you've helped grow. Okay. So you have to be curious. So these are some takeaways. You have to be curious. Every question is a step towards a mastery. Whatever you don't know about, ask, research, and then move on. You have to be proactive. Yes. You have to be proactive. You have to be teachable. Always humble yourself for someone to teach you. You might be the biggest, but sometimes you have to disguise yourself. Sometimes I just act as if I don't even know about it. I'll listen to whatever you are saying. So humility also help you grow. Be consistent. Yes, if this is the path that you have taken, that I want to be uh, the biggest engineer, the biggest IT person, the biggest cybersecurity personnel, or whatever, be consistent and then follow whatever plans you have. And then also, you have to be grateful. Opportunities grow where appreciation lives. So appreciate whatever opportunity someone gives you. Else you will see the essence and then you handle it anyhow. So with this, for instance, this internship, you have to appreciate it. People don't, not everyone gets it. People don't get this kind of opportunity. Because for me, I can tell you that Ransford is going to open your eyes to a lot of things. I don't think he is not even an IT person, but the things you open our eyes to, we're even shocked as IT personnels. So just appreciate, and then once you appreciate it, to boost your morale. Don't wait to be ready. Start now, learn as you go. Never stop growing. One of the things our CEO does is he's always preparing us for opportunities. Sometimes he says that in Ghana, our education system doesn't prepare us for opportunities. That is true. So what he does here, he doesn't mind paying for certification. Some of my colleagues go to Dubai, South Africa, and others for training. We sometimes also do some here online, and they paid huge sums of money for some of this training because there's a upcoming project. You get it? So they will prepare us. He will know the project maybe years before or a year before. So gather us in, give us the training. We pay them thousands of dollars and all that to get us trained. You get it. So always prepare for opportunities. Prepare yourself for opportunities because you wouldn't be happy if the opportunity comes and then you don't know much about it and you lose it. Everyone is looking for values. Everyone is looking for value, especially company owners. If you are not giving any value, they won't take you. So they bring the opportunity and then you can deliver. No one will look at your face. Every professional you admire once stood where you are now. Yes, the big people we are looking at up to. They've been where we are. So it should help you understand where you are going to. And then you can take some um, inspiration from them. And then that is also a form of encouragement so that you don't stop. Your journey may be uncertain, but your efforts will never be wasted, which is true. Some of the things I used to do, the small things that me myself I didn't respect, they have been very helpful. So don't belittle any little effort that you put in your work. The future belongs to those who stay curious, consistent, and courageous. So thank you. If there are any questions or contributions, you can have them now. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Mr. Ansah, for sharing your journey with us. Please, the floor is open. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box or raise your hand and ask them. As you can see, his story is very impressive. He has a lot to share. So if you have any questions at all, I think this is your chance. So the forum is open.
Antonio.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you very much for the presentation. I think as an electrical or electronic engineering student, I've learned a lot and how you've taken opportunities, how you've built everything, like trying always to be curious. That's the most important thing in our field too. So I wanted to ask, you mentioned initially you started the company, but it was more of a delivery company. And now, since you have grown in depth in the tech world in terms of networking, software, and you mentioned about entrepreneurship, how have you maybe had an integration with these what skills with entrepreneurship, or maybe you are now yet to explore those field?
Okay, so are you asking if I'm here to go back
Yeah,
to music
I'm
and
asking
then
about the entrepreneurship after getting all those knowledge in the
yes.
networking,
Okay,
tech, and software.
okay, okay. So when I started, I was like, I'm not um, where I actually want to be, right? So everyone has a point where you be like, now I can come and then do my own thing. You get it? Now you gather all the things you want to gather before you be able to start your own. If you feel you are not ready to start yours, you don't even try. Or if you don't have things together, you understand. You have to do a lot of comparison and then check if you are actually ready. For entrepreneurship, anytime you can start, but I mean, sometimes you have to ask yourself whether you are ready or whether you have acquired all that you want to. Yeah, so that's what I would say about that side. But for entrepreneurship, anytime you can start. That's whenever you're ready, you can start. So at any point in time, as I'm here right now, if I get a chance, I can start whilst I even do some of these offshore jobs as a side gig. Because trust me, with this offshore job, right, there you can be doing it as a freelance and you'll be traveling outside and all that. It comes with a huge sums of money. When you step foot on the vessel, from that day, you are being paid. So on offshore, they are paid daily rate of $300, $500, $400, and all that a day. They normally spend like 6 months, maximum 6 months on a vessel. So we can see. So we have our targets, the things you want to achieve before you are comfortable to go back to start your own business or something. So yeah, that's what I would say. It depends on the target. Thank you.
Yes, Jonathan, I just want to add a little to what the question seeks to get clarity on. Entrepreneurship is not a one-day event. It's a lifelong journey. And when you build in you that I am an entrepreneur, I seek to be, I want to own my time, own my money, how I spend it, how I am accountable to myself, you need to build it like a character framework. So at any stage you are, you need to shake yourself and ask yourself, am I ready? How are you ready? Do I have the mindset to be an entrepreneur? It's one of the loneliest roads to walk on because I remember when I started my first business in school and my classmates knew I was working, employing people, second year university. So one day I had no money on me, walking from my Idiase to the bank at a commercial area. I wanted just like, is it 2 cedi or 3 cedi to take trotro? When you ask this guy, say, now cry, what do you mean? You don't have 2 cedi. I said, hey, what kind of brand am I carrying? And nobody will believe you are broke or you don't have it because you've bought a machine, you've invested somewhere, and the returns have not come. So whilst you are dreaming of the ultimate goal, build the capacity. When you fail, you learn from the failure. When you win, you write the lessons and the pattern that made you win. So it's not about only growing, getting the money, but the attitude, the commitment, how you grind, the consistency. Those are things you build from school. If not, school, you are not monitored. You have all your time. So if you can't discipline yourself when you are on your own, it becomes so difficult when you are growing, you have a family, you have kids, then maybe you work in somebody's company. It becomes difficult to execute those other responsibilities. Let me keep it short. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Answer. Kingsley, your hand is up.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much for the insightful message you've given us. And I might say I've really learned a lot. And I want to ask a question about something that you said. So you made mention of the fact that every course that we do has a skill in it to prepare you for the real world. So sometimes you will be in class and then a certain particular course that they are teaching feels a little bit abstract. So I want to ask, with such difficulties, how do we identify or extract the real world skills from what we are doing or the applications from such course?
Okay. All right. Okay, so Kingsley, you see, when I say that every course you are doing, so not okay, maybe I didn't use every program because the courses sometimes they might, as you are saying, they might feel like abstract. Maybe even with that one, there is something in it. So I was saying in terms of, let's say, the program, so let's say the whole of computer engineering, by all means, there will be topics you do that is a bit abstract. You understand? But there is nothing you say that is not useful in any of these courses. All of them are useful. When it comes to the field, your eyes will be open to, you realize that, oh, so that's how that's why we're doing this. So see the program as a whole. What part does this particular course play in this program? You get it. Don't see that course that looks abstract as a single. See why that particular course or topic is being taught as part of the bigger one. ask yourself, at what point will you need it? They are abstract because they are principles that are to let you know how things work. They are more like foundation. So at that level, you wouldn't know its use, but you still have to know it. When you get somewhere, until you get to the end, you wouldn't know the usefulness of it. Yeah, Ransford, you just want to say something.
Want to add a bit to what he adds. There is a mindset that you can have. I call it the power of now. Now, every situation you get into, you need to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Maybe it's frustrating. When it's frustrating, is it teaching you patience? When it's confusing, is it teaching you the ability to up your mental faculties to think beyond the box? So in telecoms, there was a course called Signals and Systems. Prof. Jackson was teaching us. And for over 1 hour of the lesson, he realized the class was silent. He said, young boys, I know you don't understand this course, but it's part of your training. Grab what you will learn from this now. The exams you may pass, but in life, you realize that signals will come up. Signals are everywhere. You may connect to somebody emotionally, spiritually, they are signals. So if you don't grab the power of now, that this circumstance I am in, yes, it's abstract, but what is it teaching me? Relate it to your real life. I started my cleaning company after learning electrical motors. So I asked myself, so this small motor can do all these things. Then let me go and buy a vacuum cleaner. Then 2003, Hoover Services Limited was started on campus. And within 10 years, we had over 80 workforce on campus. So it was a moment I grabbed. I'm so much an opportunist. If I see something good, I go for it. Some of us do procrastination. You see the thing is good, you don't latch at it, learn from it. Learning mindset makes you so great to grab everything and become better. Let the consequence come. At the end of the day, you come out as somebody who has learned. Don't leave a moment without learning. That means you are just passing through. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So any other question? I think before Evelyn comes in to wrap up, I have learned something. I talked to Jonathan a lot. I think most of his life decisions, he calls me and discuss with me, even when he wanted to get married. But one thing that is striking in this conversation is connection. Sometimes people cross your path and you feel that, well, they are this, they are that. And I believe you need to seize the moment, learn from the opportunities that come your way. Things may not essentially be how you want it. They may not go the way you feel they should go, but in the end, I think, Jonathan, you can stop sharing your screen so that we come back to the normal.
Okay.
So things may not go that way, but focus on growth. One of his talks was on growth. Growth is like going to the gym, the consistency, how you are able to master the little skills and be able to grind your own body to shape up to become what you want. When you have a growth mindset, you realize that everything that comes your way, you look at the growth essence. You don't look at the pressure, the challenges that it affords you. And he has listed quite a lot of things that I am so impressed in his little.com. He's doing so much. I remember when he started an online business like Jumia. Every day he was on my call. At the point, the delivery motorbikes were in my house because He was living somewhere. He needed a place to keep those things. But connection. I'm worrying you interns on the WhatsApp group and you feel that I have all the time to be chatting with you. No, it is intentionality. I have an objective that after this internship, at least we have 10 people with growth mindsets. And in the next 5 years, we will sit somewhere and you buy me every lunch, every you spend on me. Because after spending all this time and you don't get rich, your mind don't get enriched, then I failed. So let's be intentional. Chat your friends in the group, build connections, get to know them. He mentioned Michael. There are so many of the guys who have joined our internship program and they've done impressively well because the first thing was their mental framework was changed, how they look at life, how they take opportunities. So thank you once again for such an impressive. I am impressed. I have listened and a lot has entered me. Over to you, Madam Evelyn.
Hi. So, Mr. Jonathan, thank you so much once again for taking your time to inspire our interns. If there's anything that I
Can
think
we
we've
see your
learned,
face?
can you see my face?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so to the interns, I just want to say we've had only 2 speakers so far, but so far you can see the kind of impact that Mr. Ransford has had on them. So please, you are not here to just do this internship and then get a grade. You are here to gain knowledge, develop skills, and then prepare for the real world. Who knows? Maybe one day you will be one of our speakers. So please. Thank you all once again for being a part of today's session. I'll be sending the session review via email. So please kindly respond. Let us know your thoughts. If there are any issues, let us know so we can solve them for you. Thank you so much once again for joining us.
I think someone has a question on the chat. In the chat.
Okay. Let's see. Stephen Asari. Okay.
Yeah, he says, thank you for this. I have a question. I am reading BSc Mathematics in Kenya University, although I know this is based on tech. Tech knowledge. I sometimes feel like I've lost most reference back in the engineering field. How do I get myself into smooth such knowledge? Okay. So if Stephen is still on the call, I will say that you are never lost because of the way things are going now. You can't say you are lost in any field. So I mentioned that, for instance, computer engineering is very broad. Now, people who do, let's say, a nurse, even a nurse, can start going into cybersecurity. Do you get it? Even a nurse. So computer engineering is so broad that you can pick a little part of it and then you can become great with it. I know I know someone who did English in UG, right? And the person is a guru in networking right now. Another person, he did mathematics or actuarial science. I think mathematics, one of these, and he's an AI person. So it depends on what you want to do. Like the way I always had in mind to go into electrical engineering, it depends on what you are interested in. So, for instance, computer engineering, you are interested in cybersecurity, you are interested in AI, you can pick something that interests you, move into it. You are lucky when you are joining this internship. You have a lot of these so-called tech people, as you are saying, around. Ask them about some of these things. Then, as you speak about it, as you ask about it, they talk about it, you gain interest in one of them, then you quickly move them. There is no boundary in learning. And at the end of it, when you learn, it becomes part of you that no one can take from you. It doesn't matter. Your BSc and mathematics doesn't even come in. You get some extra skill that none of your classmates will have. So put yourself into it, ask questions, Now, I know some of all your colleagues on this internship will open up to you. They open up, they explain a lot of things, you gain interest in something, look for where you like to do, like something that you like to do that will interest you. Get it, start looking into it. You can always say there's always information online. Give yourself some projects. Look for projects people have done, do yours, compare and see the outcome. At the end of the day, you get some additional skills, right, aside the mathematics. Now, after school, when you're going for job, right, and then your other colleagues from mathematics field also apply for the same job, they ask you, they won't even ask you if they don't even ask on your CV. They will see that this guy, Stephen, has cybersecurity on his field, on his CV as an addition. So let's go in for him because he has extra value. You understand? So do something that will add value to your mathematics. Mathematics is very valuable, has its own benefits. That's why we said right now you won't see it. You get it. So Ransford also wants to say something. So let me not take all the time.
All
All
right.
right.
So essentially, many of us applied for courses we did not like. We just applied because our grades will qualify us to get those courses. But all is not lost. What you need to do is practicing the power of now. Now I am doing this course. Can I shift my mindset to focus on the opportunities the course is offering me? That makes you more realistic and experience all the natural forces that are available in the course. If you detach your mind from the course, you will never experience any good thing in it. It's just like you are in a relationship and your mind is somewhere, your body is somewhere, your heart is somewhere. That means you are not in for anything. So you won't see when to appreciate, when to communicate, or when to get involved. There is the moment where you need to know, now this is what I'm doing. I want to commit, get the best. It's 4 years in school. Now, what makes the difference is that mathematics is the foundation of this earth we are sitting on. Everything God created was calculated. And the moment you get hold of that, you realize that physics was built on maths, chemistry was built on maths, economics was built on maths, medicine is built on maths because it's precision. So if you feel that maths is dissociated from all the technologies around us, then I think you need to talk a private conversation for a bit of counseling. I love mathematics. My mind rolls with numbers. Everything I'm calculating. And once you understand maths, you realize that all the softwares we are coding is algorithms that are calculated. Bolt up is using algorithm, root matrices, is using decision analysis, is using probability. And these are all in mathematics. So I'm in school, I'm doing a course, but every semester, whilst the lecturer is teaching, I'm asking myself, how do I make money from this lesson? How do I make money? Because it's not the knowledge. I've read all these things they are doing so many years ago, but I want to touch a point in the course that can change me. This semester, we did last semester 4 courses. I've written 4 books with the content of the courses, and it can scaffold into different areas of life. It means some are there for the grades, I am there for the money, another person is there for the certificates. We have to define why we are here now. Elkhart Jones, his book is on the power of now. Get it and read it. All these things we are talking about, they've been written so many years ago, but unfortunately, this generation, we don't like reading. And if you don't like reading, you can't make any money from anywhere. I give people this premise. Imagine you board the aeroplane and the next person sitting by you is Bill Gates. He normally travels economy when he's entering countries to explore. He will wear a hat, dress basa basa. He doesn't want people to see him. Very modest. So your economy tickets, Bill Gates sits next to you. For 8-hour flights, are you going to ask him for money? Or you are going to engage him in a conversation that you'll be friends forever? That comes from how much you have read. So you may be doing mathematics, but your worldview is so wide. You are asking yourself, what does maths do in insurance, retirement planning, construction? It's all calculation. So don't look down on yourself for being there, but be happy that you have a course to pursue, because mathematics is the foundation of life. Thank you. I think there's a question more, or we are done. How can we connect and stay in touch with Mr. Jonathan? I'll put his details on the WhatsApp group. The Power of Now. Yeah, somebody put it there. Eckhart Tolle. You read that book. It's very impactful. Take your time, read it, and I know it will transform you. So, Evelyn, can you close us? I think we should be done by now. We've taken too much of your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you all for attending. I hope you all have a good day. See you in our next session tomorrow at 10 a.m. Please, let's try to join on time, and please mute yourself before you join in case we started so you don't, disrupt anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.